We have all been itching to get out and start planting, but we were warned, wait at least until tax day, making sure the weather cooperated. Well, now's the time, and Brian Jervis, a horticulturist with OSU Extension, is here with all sorts of ideas and suggestions. Good morning.
Morning.
Are we ready to plant?
It's time.
It is. It is. So kind of like just the weather's really important. That's a key factor, but also perennials versus annuals. People, I hear annual, I think that should be year after year.
Year after year. So no, not really. An annual is going to do this thing in 1 year is basically the definition of that. So, you know, perennials, they tend to last over the winter time. So if you hear a tender perennial, then it may be on that borderline where it may freeze out or not.
Okay.
But most annuals that we're talking about, they'll run their cycle, and then usually some by the heat they'll collapse, or by the end of the season they'll just die and die totally.
How important is it when we're buying to pay attention to the little notice on there?
So the few things that we really need to compare, I don't want to get too bogged down. I just want people to go plant. But the main thing you want to know if you got a lot of sun or got a lot of shade. You know, about 6 hours is kind of our cutoff for the gardeners. Some can go to 4, but whether it's 6 hours of full sun or less than 6 hours, anything less is probably a shady plant. We've got some samples here we'll talk about.
Okay.
But and then also height. Height's another one. You buy a plant, some are going to get tall, then some are going to stay short. So the nurserymen around, we've got some good ones around. Just ask them, get an idea. You've got your phone, pull that phone out right there.
Very good. All right, let's take a look. We're going to start over here with this purple
Cleome. So that's Rosalita senorita, and that's a newer type Cleome. And that Cleomes tend to have a little bit of disease, a little powdery mildew. This one's a rock star. You can see how big it is. It's one of those tall ones. Put it in the back, put it in a mass planting. You're gonna love it. It's gonna flower. Then you can chop it down a little bit in a month or two, and it'll freshen back up. Yes, it's awesome.
Okay.
Working our way through, so we're still in the sunny area. That Cleome with sun, and this daisy, this Gerber daisy is one. Lots of options, lots of colors. Kiddos love that flower because, I mean, look at it. It looks like a sunshine.
It does.
And but there's many different options on that. That's going to stay pretty short, and that needs full sun. So go out, look at it, find one you like. It also will do okay in a pot.
Okay, and right next to it. Oh, this is pretty.
Impatiens. A lot of different, shade tends to be a little tough, especially when you're talking perennials. We've got options as annuals. So this is an impatient. It's going to do good pretty much throughout, and it's going to bring that, you're thinking dark, you're thinking shade, you're thinking a lot of greens. That brings a lot of color in and makes them really, really pop.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, hold that one up. So it's not only about flowers, it's about foliage. So this coleus is beautiful. They've got a lot of different ones on that. Again, various colors. Pretty much a rock star as well. You don't have to do a lot with it. It'll get, there'll be some small ones of 6 inches on up to a foot, 2 foot. So pretty good solid shade plant.
Now, do you put that with some of these others?
It will, just kind of your taste, and that's kind of the fun thing. Put it together. If you don't like it, change it next time.
Try it next time. Yes. Okay.
So lantanas. The lantanas, it's hard to not talk about lantanas because later on, once we get hot, it's going to be the one that's flowering. It just handles the heat pretty much from June through on. And you can tell we've got some flowers now, so we'll get a little bit of flowers on that. But a good one is a lantana, a good strong plant.
I hope folks are writing these down, because if you're having any questions,
we're moving fast.
Sure.
But the other thing is the nurserymen out there know.
Yeah.
If not, go grab one of them. Say, hey, I've got an area. Take a picture of your flower bed and let them get an idea.
Smart idea. Okay, the last one on the floor.
The big one on the floor is the bubblegum petunia.
They're my favorite.
My guys, our volunteers are out planting Brookside right now with a bubblegum petunia with that pink flower that we have. We have about 100 pots down on Brookside, and the petunia, anything that lives on a street is going to live wonderful and do good in your yard. And petunias, the Vesta line of the bubblegums or the winter berries, all of that Vesta line of petunias are going to do a really good.
So pay attention, sun, shade.
Yes.
Watering, fertilizer.
Fertilizer, yeah, we usually
encourage
just a good fertilization, nothing fancy.
Right. Yeah. It'll be fun. I cannot wait. Of course, we're going to have rain the next few days, so we have to wait a few weeks.
That's right.
Hey, great, Brian. Thank you for bringing all that in. Some great ideas and beautiful suggestions for flowering in your garden.